Welcome back to Two-Way Wolf. So the month of April has been pretty crazy with the weather and stuff. My mother passed away April 18th. That kind of sucked. So they put a delay in, I don't know, I guess attitude stuff. Sorry, I got the hiccups. But anyways, I wanted to try something different, so we're gonna check out the Eva truck and see if she's ready to go. So this will be the first time for 2025. So did some straightening up, and got the bed made, checked the voltage, checked the water system, and I don't know, just kind of got some stuff done. Put a cover thing over the window, and check the fire extinguisher. Ooh, that's dark. Turn lights on. One thing I haven't checked in a while is the refrigerator, so I'll probably get that fired up. And did check out the water system and got some stuff done. Checked out the heater. It worked for a little bit. I was still having problems. I never did quite figure it out, but I may have to just buy a new heater. But okay, we'll check some stuff out. Doggone hiccups. Check some stuff out and see if we can get going. Like I said, so what we're gonna do is something I haven't done before. I've seen some other people do it, and I've always kind of wondered about it. So, anyways, we'll give it a shot. Okay, well, like I said, start of 2025. Like I already said, it was kind of a rough April. So we're kind of getting into May. And so it seems kind of weird to get out in the truck because the winter was not really working for anybody, really. Anyways, at least we're getting out. So this is kind of like the first trip of 2025. The Eva truck seems like she's doing great. Haven't had any problems, got things checked out, running like a top, so I'm excited about getting out, checking things out, maybe play some Scrabble tonight. Anyways, a town called and there's a spot up here that we're going to check out, and I'll put a map up here. It's in the northeast corner of Missouri, but we'll get up here and check it out and let you know what's going on. Yes, we stopped at a Flying J, and this is a busy one. You can see we're parked over there. Alright, so one of the reasons why we did this is because, we follow other people's channels and stuff, and there's people that travel around that stay at truck stops from time to time, use the bathroom to shower or whatever. And there's different restrictions and stuff at truck stops. Some people stay at Cracker Barrel, stuff like that. Anyways, so this one, I asked them, and there's no restrictions. Sometimes you got to fill out a piece of paper or something like that. If you have a trailer, you can't drop hitch, as they call it, or something. In other words, you can't drop the trailer off and then just drive off. So anyway, so we decided to do this just because I've never done it before. And I don't know, just seemed kind of cool. As the first time out, I wanted to see how noisy it would be in the parking lot and how many people are going to show up and stuff like that. So yeah, and this is kind of a nice area. It's got a Denny's. Denny's is right over there. A lot of grass and some trash, but not bad. The weather is not perfect, that's for sure. Says it might rain a little bit, but it is what it is. So yeah, so hopefully this ain't too boring, but I wanted to try it. I've never stayed in a parking lot of a truck stop type thing before. So thought I'd check it out. It'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna get up in the morning, go have breakfast at Denny's. So, but I'm still gonna have my coffee. I love my instant coffee. So anyways, now what do you do to keep from getting bored? I'm used to, you know, walking trails, fishing and stuff like that, but we got some stuff, you know, games and TVs and stuff like TV, movies. Yeah, so we'll just try to keep ourselves occupied and maybe we'll grab some lunch. No, 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 no. So we are finding out that while it has some creature comforts of staying at a truck stop, you do have to find a way to keep yourself busy. So anyways, we're gonna play a game of Scrabble. What else do you do to occupy yourself? You eat. And another way to abide by our time. Okay, well, good morning. So how was it? Well, there was some vehicles that came in last night and kind of noisy, you know, with the traffic and stuff like that. And I don't know, it wasn't too bad. It was kind of nice being able to walk over to the convenience store and pick some stuff up when you need it, and that was kind of nice. But you can kind of see the truck behind me right there. It wasn't too bad, but I'm kind of excited that I can just walk over and have breakfast at Denny's. I don't know if you can see that. Clouds are rolling in anyways, but highway's right here. Yeah, it was so nice this morning, and maybe I'll put up one of the pictures. But it's rolling in a little bit. So, yeah. Well, you can see the cars behind me. There's a couple of cars. People sleeping in their cars. So it works all right. There was a couple that, you see that pickup over there now helping them out. There's a couple that stayed. I'm not sure why their battery went dead. Maybe they left some lights on or something, but she asked me to jump start, but I told them I was in the big truck, and kind of difficult to do that. But anyways, somebody's over there giving them the jump start, so that's pretty cool. But I am dying to go have some breakfast, so we'll see if we can do that. And a little update on the heater. So the diesel heater is inside this box, and it has some vent holes right there. I don't know if you can see them, but some vent holes, which allows the cold air intake to come into the heat exchanger, which is the diesel heater, and goes up through a corrugated tube, goes through the heavy duty tube, and then goes into underneath the kitchen cabinets, and one branches off and goes into the bedroom. So anyways, we had a problem with it, and what it was doing is it was giving us an overheat code. We messed with it a couple times, and it seems like it just didn't want to go. But I noticed that when it's on low, it works fine. So I thought that was kind of weird. But anyways, so I just put it on low, and it's been keeping it 66 inside, which is nice and comfortable. And actually, I think it got even up to 70. We ended up turning it off. But anyways, it's like 45 outside and slightly breezy, so it's a little chilly. Not terrible, but a little chilly. Anyway, so it's been working fine on the lower temp, which is fine. I mean, if it can keep the whole box, you know, at 65 degrees, heck, that's plenty enough for me anyways. So, okay, we'll see if we can get some breakfast. Even on a Sunday morning, we still get some decent breakfast. One of the benefits. All right, well, breakfast was good, right? Yes. You did like breakfast. All right, what did we learn about, okay, so I think the purpose of doing this is that there's a lot of travelers, there's some overlanders, there's, you know, different groups of people, and they talk about staying at truck stops, different parking lots and stuff like that, which we never have. We would prefer to be out and about on land or forest or beach or something.
Yeah.
I'm not a big parking lot fan, but since we never did it, we're gonna try it. Yeah. Seen, been there, done that. Okay. All right. So, what's some of the advantages of doing this?
Right next to the restaurant and the store.
Next to a restaurant and a store, you got fuel right here.
Yep.
Okay. What else?
Plenty of space.
For this spot, there was plenty of space. What's some of the downsides?
Well, one of the upsides is having a lot of lights, so nobody can do, or it's less likely to have nefarious problems around your vehicle.
Okay, that's true. So a little more security probably, but then again, there's some people who say
Right.
that
But it's good.
a 50-50, how about that? So some areas of truck stop type of areas have a lot of illegal type of activities, but here pretty quiet, didn't see anything, whatever. So one of the downsides that I noticed, a lot of noise, truck traffic, weird people. It sounded like they're...
Well, we got the highway there. We got
That's another highway.
it's another highway.
Yeah. The main
Coming in and out.
highway.
Yeah.
Some people running, sound like they're running quads or razors or side by sides or something up and down the highway. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So it was kind of loud. I don't know. Is there any other minuses? Other than the fact there's a lot less to do. We occupied ourselves. We have some stuff that we did. Watched a couple movies, played a couple Scrabble games, talked, ate. I guess you could say that's a downside. If you get bored, you just eat.
Well, we did relatively well.
So we did all right. I don't know. I probably wouldn't just do this again unless I've been on the road for a couple weeks and I wanted to regenerate, get some food, take a shower, try to recharge, I guess.
Yeah, it's
So,
rest.
I don't know. Would you do it again? I mean, purposely? Or would you rather be out in the field somewhere?
I don't know if I'd do this purposely again, unless we needed to stop.
Right.
But I'd rather be out in the parks or the forest or, at a lake or something.
I agree with that. So, as far as this truck stop, it was fine. I don't know. Hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget. And give us a like. Anything else, Dad?
No?
Okay, so we're starting the 2025 season. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. And we'll see you next time on 2A Wolf. Thanks for sticking around.